Testing.
One, two, three.
¿Dónde estás? Sé que estás ahí. Puedes correr.
Debemos
Te puedes esconder. ¿Dónde estás?
Hay que atraparla.
Sé que estás ahí. ¿Dónde estás? ¡Ahí va eso!
Leon, why am I not surprised? So kind of you to keep our friends busy. Let's see if we can find another route to the church. This way looks promising.
Hemos
What's up, brother?
Yeah, what's up, Lava man? I'm talking to the mic. I'm hoping that you can actually hear me. Is my voice coming through?
Yeah, it's very low.
What about now? Can you hear me more clearly now?
Much better. How has life treated you?
Oh man, it's been a little rough for me, Lava. How you doing, though, bro? It's been a little. Back. It has been a little rough for Lil Yak. but uh, but I'm here, man. How you been, man?
Man, Yak, it's always going rough for you. What's up? Speak to me.
I can't get into it, man. It's
I've
it's
been through.
it's too much, man. It's too much. Like it's long. And I finished my schoolwork a few hours ago, and I've never actually played this version of Separate Ways on the RE4 remake, and I really wanted to get on that. And this is a puzzle. This is a puzzle. Okay, that's a code. That's a code.
Alright.
I appreciate you coming through, Lava. You know, and doing your thing. Ooh, what's that? How did I miss him?
I had a long day. I just got done with the party and such. Long drive there and back.
Long drive. Yo, Lava, you driving now? Let me find out that you've been driving, Lava. My gosh, I'm getting old. Gone dead. That's what all these guys say, bro. All these little all these NPCs, all they say is gone dead. That's all they say. Oh man, I hope I'm not saying a bad word.
I hate long drives. I get overstimulated. No, my friend drove me, but I should be getting my permit. I need to get that handled soon.
Jeez. Even so, man, why would talk about driving,
Not
bro?
bad. Okay, next.
Oh man, times are just moving along. What type of party? What type of party? Birthday party or something? A party of some sort of celebration? No, you got this, that one. As
That's one job done.
yes, I believe the one we're looking for. That one. That one. That one. And one of these, which...
My cousin threw a party, there was family and his friends, and I went over and we ate there and then drove around and just chilled places.
Well, that's good. You know, you hung out with
And
some
my friend
familiar.
almost drowned cause he didn't tell us he couldn't swim and dived in him out.
Oh shoot! I was gonna. It's good that you were hanging out with some, some familiar faces. But damn, I almost drowned. My gosh! Ooh, look at the bats. Con dead. All right. Let me.
But he was fine.
Damn.
Here we are. The church.
He's an idiot.
That's funny.
¿Dónde estás?
They keep saying "Donde estás?"
¡Agarradla!
And I just told them where I am. Let's go. Let's do this. Hey, my ass! Look at you. Falling on the ground.
I'm empty.
Oh, no, you don't.
That's broken.
Can I go this way? That Leon? I think that's Leon.
BTW something I think you'll find interesting. I converted to Islam.
Yo, the timing on this has got to be crazy. I'm just saying the timing on this has just got to be crazy. Just the timing of this is just it's just wild. I mean seriously, like I feel like I'm being like I don't know. I've just it's always
My bad.
nah man. I don't know. Okay, wait a minute. All right. Why did you say I might find it interesting? Why'd you say that? Why'd you say that? But I might find it interesting. Why say that? I'm very curious. I'm very curious, Lava. You got to tell me. You got to tell me your reasoning as to why you said you thought I would find it interesting. You got to tell me why you said that. You got to tell me. You got to tell me. Cause the timing on this is crazy. the time, I look, I can hear Leon going. He's over there just shooting people, Jeez. I don't fight. I don't just fight. I shoot, man. Alright. Sorry, go ahead. Anyway. big knife I can't use, isn't it?
Because it's random and it's something you probably had no idea about. I don't really know TBH.
Oh my gosh. And there it is. There it is. Because it's random. But this is also the thing. I don't deal in coincidences. I don't deal in that. You know, some people deal in the two of hearts. Some people deal in the king of clubs. I don't deal in coincidences. I just don't deal in it. I don't deal in it. I don't deal in coincidences. I just don't do that. I don't. I can't. Things are just things are just closely too knitted together.
You have lost me.
Yes, oh, and there it is. There it also is, right there. I know you don't understand, but I'm about to make it very clear to you, and I'm going off on a tangent, saying stuff that appears random, which it kind of is. Ay, ay, ay. The reason I'm saying all this is because I spent the past 8 or 9, maybe it's been a year. Maybe it's been close to a year. I've spent like the last 10 months studying Islam, pretty much. That's why I said that. That's why I said that. And then here come lava. Here come lava.
Have you? Are you interested in it?
I'm not interested in it. I'm just trying to understand. Well, let me rephrase that. I'm interested in it for a reason that is not that of one joining.
Is he?
I would have had a conversation with my dentist because he's
Stood up
yeah,
and
you know what, yeah, I almost
Okay,
had
so
one.
you're just curious or?
Curiosity is definitely a part of it because my friend, the thing that sparked it off was a friend of mine, close friend of mine. He almost became Muslim, and he told me that, yeah, man, Christianity and Islam, they worship the same God, and I was like, I'm gonna actually investigate that. I'm gonna actually investigate it and find out the answer to that because Buddy does not do research, and I'm not gonna be the one who draws a conclusion without doing formal research. I'm not doing that. He's gonna do that, and then I'm gonna come back to him. That was the part of the reason they kicked it off because I'm sick of drawing blanks on stuff that I don't have the answers to, so I'm gonna go research and find it out. That's why. And I also looked in a couple other places, a couple other, well, baseline anyway, a baseline of a couple of others, but other religions. But
They do, except we Muslims don't believe that Jesus was God but a messenger. Now there is plenty of evidence to prove so.
oh gosh, I wish, oh gosh,
Muslims don't believe in the Trinity.
yeah, I do know about that. Oh yeah. Yeah, I don't know who the heck else is in here. I don't know who the heck else. Cause dog, I swear. Uh, yeah, you're really gonna make. That's funny, bro. That's funny.
Couldn't tell you, maybe, the person who we shall not say their name is lurking.
Ay, ay. Oh my gosh, bro. Listen, the timing on this is crazy. Uh,
Wanna talk more about Islam? You have questions? I'm still
no,
learning, so
no, I don't have questions. That's the thing. I've overloaded on Islam. That's the thing. I've overloaded on Islam. That's the thing, man. I've overloaded on it. I've overloaded on it. I've 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 watched the top scholars from Islam debate top. I've watched them debate atheists. I don't know, atheistic scholars, what you call it. I've watched them debate atheists, Christians, insert whoever. And I gotta tell you, man, I gotta tell you, this, if anyone is going to argue, because I really also got into debating in general, but if anyone's going to argue from an Islamic position, you're coming off of a faulty foundation every time. Like, I'm being so dead ass because I'm being so serious when I say this. And I'm just trying to play RE4, but here we go. Yeah, I guess, I guess I'm doing it. Yeah, no, this is a faulty position. It's a faulty position, Jack. This could be solved with a quick Google search. I'm being so serious. This can be solved with a quick Google search. The thing that you just said, uh, they do, except we Muslims don't believe Jesus was God, but a messenger, and there's plenty of evidence to prove so. This can be a quick Google search, right? Quick Google search. All you got to do is go straight to any of these AI search engines, whether it's Grok, even ChatGPT. All you got to do is look up the top 5 historical. Well, this is really for Muslims, but more so atheists. But the top 5 historical figures that have evidence behind their existence. You'll probably find Jesus Christ is on that list, and then you can look up the claims of said Jesus Christ, and then also the main source of evidence for where you find the claims that he claimed about himself, the world, etc. That's all you got to do. This is a quick Google search. And then ask, is there any evidence for the contrary of his non-existence, and then any contrary to what he said, any evidence of the contrary of what he said. That's all it takes. Quick Google searches. Bam, because we live in the age of information. You can have everything about everything within a couple of seconds. And also, I told my friend this. You cannot treat religion like you're selecting your favorite food. You cannot do that because every religion makes truth claims about reality. Either those truth claims align with reality or they do not. If I'm a Christian and the atheist is correct, then I'm wasting my time, and I need to get away from the lies and tap into despair because that's the logical conclusion of atheism, just despair and maybe hedonism and nihilism, but that's a whole other argument. I gotta stop wasting my time if I'm a Christian and stop believing this delusion of all that stuff. But if I'm a if the worldview of Christianity is true, then there is no other God, and God walked the face of the earth 2,000 years ago and told us to get right. Hey man, y'all need to stop playing over here, man. And the same thing for all the other truth claims about all the other religions. That's what I'm gonna tell you. This can be done with a quick Google search. Oh, my neck. All right, hit me with it, man. Hit me with it before I hop back in here.
There are so many holes in the Bible. The Word of God in the Bible was changed multiple times to match what humans think it moral time. Oh, I'm hitting you.
Yeah, I know. And yeah, the timing on this is really crazy, bro. The timing on this is really crazy. There's so many holes in the Bible. The Word of God in the Bible was changed multiple times to match what humans think. You know, it's funny. It's funny. It's funny that you say that because even if I just grant it to you,
The Quran was never changed, as you probably know.
that's not true. That's not true, bro. You just okay. So Lava, you just made 2 points there, bro. You just made 2 points, and I'm gonna show you something. All right, I'm gonna show you something. All right, I'm gonna show you. So that first point you made about holes in the Bible, I just grant to you that it's true. I'm not saying that it's true, but for the sake of the argument, I'll just grant to you that it's true. It doesn't change anything about Christianity. Jesus, the here, look, Christianity is true if Jesus existed. One, he claimed to be God, he was crucified, and he resurrected. Christianity is true if all four of those are green lighted, pretty much. The Quran, on the other hand, first of all, no one can prove a book is the word of God. You need God Himself. If God exists, if God is true, God exists. If that is a true statement, objectively, you need God to prove that point, not you. So you can't prove a book as a word of God. It's impossible. I'm only saying that because I think you're hinting at the Quran being changed, because the Quran is the miracle versus in Christianity, Jesus is the miracle, and there's historical evidence of his existence, his true claims, etc. A book, like 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 imagine saying, I just want you just to imagine for a second, if a book has never been changed, that makes it the word of God. No, I got a Dr. Seuss book that's existed for the past 100 years and it hasn't changed. That doesn't make it the word of God. That's the logic. Not saying Dr. Seuss existed 100 years ago, just an example. Alright. Is anyone else converted to Islam in your family, or is it just you?
No, but it has
Um,
more of chance of being the Word of God than the one that was changed, though. Just me.
does anyone else know? Like lava. Also, that point you just made right there, you can't measure it. You
Only
right
two people.
on two people. You can't. It's not quantifiable. If if you need God to, if you make the claim to, if you try to make a claim to prove a book is the word of God, you need God Himself to actually support your answer. And more of a chance is not quantifiable.
That's what faith is for. If you know exactly, then what is faith for?
No, that's blind faith. Faith is trust because there is evidence. For example, the people that stop at red lights, what's stopping them from running the red light? When you are at a green light and you're in an intersection, what's stopping them? Themselves, right? You got to have a certain level of, if you've been driving for a while, you have to have a certain level of faith that the people across on those other two red lights are going to stop and allow you
It is
to
the most
go.
logically applicable religion. It makes the most sense.
I want you to really, before you go ahead and say and stuff like, the most logically applicable religion, I really want you to hang on this on what faith is. Faith is trust based on evidence, not without evidence. And Jack, I really have to hold, I'm gonna hold your feet to the fire, guy. I'm gonna hold your feet to the fire. In the Quran, oh crap. Yeah, I'm having. Yeah, look, I'm also say this. This it's storming right now. My power just went out like 20 minutes ago, which is why the game cut off. It might do it again. I don't know. There was a whole bunch of sirens outside, but hold on, cause I got notes for this. I got notes for this, bro. I've been waiting. I've been waiting, big dog. I've been waiting for this. Also, yes, I hold the same standard. Look, I hold the same standard for myself. All right. I hold the truth over religion. The truth is more important than religion. Of course, I'm convinced Jesus Christ is the truth in light of the evidence. However, the truth matters more. And Jack, I'm gonna tell you right now, if Jesus Christ doesn't rise from the dead, I'm wasting my time. Is my thing on? Okay, good. I really want you to understand me. Where's my stuff at? Oh, no freaking wonder, bro. Like I said, this can be solved with a quick Google search, bro. This can be solved with a quick Google. Oh, there it is. With a quick Google search, bro. I lucky think I should know this by heart, but I do not. Ay, ay, ay. Da, 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 da. You know what? I don't even think I do have that.
So if we are looking at Islam versus Christianity, I can now give you multiple instances where Christianity trips over its own words, but very few are. You can find one.
So if you're looking at Islam versus Christianity, I can give you multiple instances where Christianity trips over its own words, but very few. Uh, very few. It's just where Christianity trips over its own words. Uh, Lava, you heard the things that I said earlier, right? You heard all those. You heard all the stuff I just said, like within the past 5 minutes, right?
Yes, you said faith has to include evidence.
Yeah. After that, about the whole truth thing. Right. And the whole thing I said about truth and um, the claims from Christianity and all that. You heard all that?
I think you have the definition of faith wrong.
No, I think I got it right. Cause I've been on this thing for quite a while. I don't think I'm an expert, but I've been on it for a while. For example, the faith that you have in your closest relatives or your immediate family, like your parents and whatnot. You don't if like your mom or dad or something, cooks a meal for you, you don't test it out and make sure it's not poisoned, right? I would assume so. You have a lot of trust built up over time because the evidence is strong that they wouldn't do that. And you putting your faith in them wouldn't be based off a blind belief because the evidence is strong that they wouldn't do that to you. Same thing for everybody else. Ah, shit. Same thing for everything else. Everything that we interact with, that we have evidence of reliability. That's what it is. Evidence of reliability, and choosing to trust in that reliability. You
Faith
can
is the
have.
trust or belief in something without needing full proof. Of course, there is better evidence in the Quran, anyways.
No, that's blind faith. You know what blind faith is? For example, if you walk out on thin ice, you can have all the faith in the world that it'll work. But when you take a step out of there, you're going through the ice. Versus you could have also the same amount of faith in thick ice. It's about the reliability of the object of the faith and how reliable it is. What is that? What is that making that noise? Alright. No, man. That's blind faith. We don't walk around with blind faith, bro. We don't do that. Nah, man. And you don't have to be a hyper skeptic. I believe there is a healthy middle ground, but no, that what you just described is blind faith. All this is done with a quick Google search, bro. Just look up what blind faith is. This is how people get into cults. What's that noise? I know it's raining, but that's a dope part. Anyway.
If you want better evidence, you can also download Muslim Pro. It's free and use the AI on there and ask it questions.
Jack, I can just go to Quran.com.
It's not a cult, though it's very different.
Well, I didn't say Islam was a cult, although I think it is. But I said that's how people get into cults, with blind faith. Faith without evidence. Faith, trust without reliability. Evidence of reliability. Also, bro, if ah, damn it. Um, you are aware that the Quran states that Jesus wasn't crucified, right? You're aware of that? And
Yes, I am.
right. And if it's factually true that Jesus wasn't crucified, then I'm wasting my time. But if he was crucified, Islam got that fact wrong. And you can verify that with a quick Google search. That's literally it. I swear. Because any source that you pull up that's legit about history, because this is a matter of history. And I'm not one. I'm not one to accept what someone says 600 years after the fact of a man who's in a cave. I'm not gonna. I don't want to take his word because he never met Jesus. He wasn't there. Versus the people in the gospel were with Jesus, walked with Jesus, spoke to him, etc. I don't want to take the word of a guy who came 600 years later in a cave, who was getting choked out by the by the. Uh, yeah, I'm not gonna take his word for it, man. That doesn't make any sense. That's illogical and intellectually dishonest and historically inaccurate. Even in the Bible, Paul calls out the entire faith of Christianity. If Jesus doesn't rise from the dead, we're all fools for believing in him. That might be NIV, but our faith is in vain is more accurate if I'm not mistaken. The faith of Christians are in vain. If Christ rises from the dead, Islam is false. Pretty much. Pretty much. Well, if he's crucified, then Islam got that wrong. Sorry. Well, actually, they're both true. I said that right. Yeah. If he's crucified, Islam got that wrong. You might want to put some red flags on that over there, which is kind of obvious because, well, there is no other. I mean, people make up sources of whatnot. They can claim it wouldn't be true, and there's no other historical, unless they're lying, historical evidence that points to the contrary. Seriously. Uh, Hey Jack, that's why you gotta do a deep dive into history, man. You got to do a deep dive into history. You got to, bro. Because the claims that are coming out of the Quran is just asinine. It also says Allah is the greatest of deceivers. I'm like, bro, that's the Bible calls Satan the father of lies. I mean that seems to fit together. I'm just saying. You catch my drift.
Sounds like you could use a little help.
Oh, that was her that did that. Shoot.
La campana. Ay,
Él nos invoca.
Jesus, according to Islamic belief, was never crucified, nor did he claim to be crucified, nor did he ever say that he died, and he never said.
Yeah, I know that's what is. I know that's what the Quran claims. I'm aware of that. But
Everyone
this is
watches from afar believing he was crucified.
everyone watched from afar. No, there were legit people like 5 feet away from him being crucified. Probably less than 5 feet, because they hung him up on there, and they were gambling with his clothes, his garments, and whatnot, mocking him. You know, they were pretty close to him. Like I said, man, quick Google search. Does all the evidence about Jesus point to him being crucified? Quick Google search. AI. You can use Grok. You can chat GBT. Also, there are multiple versions of the Quran. I just want to tell you that. Yeah, there are multiple. There's not one version of the Quran. Hell no. Who told you that? I'm sorry. But yeah, no, that's not true. Yeah, I meant to point that out earlier. Quite literally. Like if you go to Morocco with the standard Quran that everyone has right now, if you were to go to Morocco in Africa, they you probably it would be a good time. I'll just say that because they have a different Quran than you.
And even if he was crucified though, he never claimed to be God once. There was no evidence he was God, and even other messengers and prophet.
Uh, that yeah, no. Even if he was crucified, he never claimed to be God. Uh, yeah. Where do you go to learn about Jesus? What's the primary source to learn about Jesus? Do you know what the primary source is to learn about Jesus? That's a legit question. Oh wait.
Tenemos que servir.
Everybody's going to bingo.
Todopoderoso.
Don't worry, Leon. First time's free. Don't keep me waiting, Luis.
Don't tell me it's the end of the chapter.
I've watched videos, I have had video calls with Muslims and imams, I have read the Bible and the Quran.
Okay. Yeah,
And everything else basically.
yeah, then I have a hard time hearing your statement with if that is the case that you watch videos, you read the Bible and the Quran, then I don't think that anybody that is reading the Bible can come away with saying Jesus never claimed to be God. Either you didn't read the Bible or you got to go back and read it again. Or actually that's both. Yeah, no, either you didn't read it or you're not taking it seriously. I don't know. I don't remember the quote. Anyway, it's one of those things. Yeah. Yeah. Oh man. I'm surely I would go I would wonder if you know about the great I am, you know. Do you know what you know, the great I am? I'm sure you know about that. In the Old Testament, tell them I am sent you. Jesus claims to be the great I am, and then the Jews stone him for, guess what? Blasphemy. They stoned him because he claimed to be God.
You're talking about simply searching things right. So simply search, has Jesus ever said, am I God?
Simply search. Jesus said, ever said, am I said God? Well, I think this is known as the exact word fallacy. Well, I'm assuming that you know what fallacies are. In incoherent reasonings to a conclusion, if I'm not mistaken. So if you look, they didn't speak English, right? If I say that I have students, you can assume that, well, in order for him to have students, he's a teacher. If Jesus says, I'm the first and the last, well, it's only one other being that claims and actually is the first and the last, which is also appreciated in the Quran too. So I know you're familiar with, so you'd have to be familiar with that, I would assume, which is in Revelations of the Bible, of what Jesus said. So he definitely claimed to be God, definitely. Otherwise, uh, you know, oh, we already went over that anyway. But he definitely claimed to be God. You believing in him and all is another matter. But we gotta get this historical record on you gotta get this historical record down because it's not even a matter of opinion. I mean, this stuff's been going on for 2,000 years. I don't know. Yeah, no, they it's pretty clear, man. It's pretty clear. It's not really a debate. I mean, the only people that are debating it is, well, anyone who's not putting the truth above, who put their religion above the truth. Keep in mind, is I didn't cross over to him being God, but the claims. We can go down that route, but first you got to get out there. There's a storm alert. Yeah, but first you got to get that. You gotta walk in the door of truth. Ah, shoot, there it is.
The only instance he claimed to be God was when he said I and God are one, which isn't exactly claiming to be God, but instead claiming to.
No, he said I'm the first and the last in Revelations. And did you just contradict yourself? That might be something else. Yeah, no, yeah. No. Oh man. Oh my goodness. Was that Titus 4:1?
You can't be even says the Father is greater than I.
Yes. So he even says the Father is greater than I. Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
He also says in the Bible, no one knew the time, not Jesus, only God.
Uh. Okay. Jack. As long as we understand that he claimed to be God first, then we can move on to all the other stuff. Because I kind of feel like we're just skipping over. I feel like we're kind of just skipping over because you gone from, okay, well he didn't. Okay, he might have once to. Okay, but it wasn't actually really. Okay, but then he also said this is
If he is God in the Trinity, how can he not know the time? He never claimed to be God, though faced with tears of joy.
okay. I just want to be sure where we're at because you're jumping all over the place, Lava. I just want to point out you're jumping all over the place.
I never said he might have.
It- Hold on, you literally said it. Look, 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 right here. The only instance he claimed to be God was when he said, I and God are one. First of all, how can person be one? How can God and a person be one? How's that possible if
The
they aren't
parenthesis
God?
though.
The parentheses, you mean the air quotes. Lava, I want you to logically explain something to me. How can a person be claim how can they claim that they and God are
I
one?
mean that.
Yeah, I know the air quotes. How can a person say that I and God are one and it's not claiming to be God? Can you explain that logically, please?
One in unity, not one in the same.
What do you think one in unity means? That statement you had, that statement that you just put in the comment section is quite, I think, is a literal contradiction. It's like saying I'm wet, but I'm also not wet. I dived in the pool, but I didn't dive in the pool. Hey, yo, Lava, do you have a Dawa script? Oh my gosh, you have a Dawa script. Oh my gosh.
As a prophet, same as Prophet Muhammad peace be upon him, they are one with God, because they are chosen and are in unity and recognition. Dawah script.
Oh my gosh. This is really great seeing this in real time. This is really this is really fascinating seeing this in real time. Yeah, but Muhammad never claimed to be one with God. That is an entirely different beast. You probably get you'd probably be you know in that time you'd probably be beaten for blasphemy because you're saying you're one with God. You and God are one, not one with God. You and God are one. My apologies. There's a difference between saying God and I are
As in one
one.
with, it doesn't necessarily mean to be God.
No, it's
So
pretty
it makes no
explicit.
sense.
No, it's pretty explicit. Can you explain how it doesn't mean that? Damn it. Oh, also, Lava, because I believe this is another fallacy. I don't know what it is. I don't recall the name of this fallacy. But because something doesn't make sense doesn't mean that it's
Hear
not
me out.
true.
If Jesus is God, he literally prays to himself, but in the way Muslims pray, because it says in the verse he got down on his Quran. Why would I God pray to himself?
Can he not teach his children how to do this correctly if he is God? I understand that perhaps you have questions about why Jesus would take certain actions, but it doesn't conclude that one, Islam is true. The claims about that Islam is making are true, and it doesn't disprove Christianity. I just want to point that out to you because you have the historical record, not just of Christianity, but of the Middle East 2,000 years ago to go through, to sift through, and all of it does not point in the direction of Islam being true because we're taking the word of a man who came 600 years after the fact. Now, don't get me wrong. I understand you have questions, and perhaps it can be confusing, but because you don't understand something does not mean it's not true. I'm pretty sure that's a fallacy. And if you're a truth seeker, if the truth matters to you over everything else, then you have to follow the evidence. You don't have to have 100% of something.
I could say the same thing.
Yeah, Jack, but I'm actually doing that, man. I've been doing it actually. I've been doing it for a long time. Prioritizing the truth.
The Bible has been changed so many times, how can we possibly say it's the word of God?
Well, first of all, I never claimed it was the word of God. And second of all, do you have any evidence of any of these changes? Remember, Lava, you can't prove a book is the word of God. I said that earlier. However, the evidence is Jesus is reliable. That's what I claim. Oh man, my neck.
Look it up. Google will tell you straight up. The Bible has so many contradictions.
Jack, what do you think I've been doing, Jack? You remember how I told you that that I've been kind of looking at this stuff for like the past like 8+ months? Yeah, man.
If it were proven there would be no faith, and then what? Then what test is there?
If it were proven, then there'd be no faith. I don't even understand what that. I mean, I don't know what that means. If it were proven, there would be no faith. Then what? What test is there? I don't understand that statement. I legit don't understand it. And uh,
You asked how I know the Bible has been changed so many times. In saying look it up.
are you saying because there are textual variants? Is that what you're saying? Like, like the Bible's in English and it's in Mandarin and it's in Spanish? Is that what you're saying?
By test I mean, test to see if you have faith. The whole point is to see if you will believe in Allah with faith. Hi. No, not at all.
Uh, hey Haas 94. I apologize. I appreciate you coming to the stream. I hope you're doing well. I was playing Resident Evil, but it seems as though I've gotten myself in a little religious debate with with one of my esteemed chat members that have been here for a while. Um, but thank you, Haas. I also understand is if this isn't your, it's not what you came here for because I got the game paused and whatnot. But thank you for coming anyway. Uh, now, Lava, I really want you to flesh this out. All right, I really want to peel back the layers here. All right, if you're not talking about the language, if do you mean because there's an NIV? Do you mean because there's a KJV? Do you mean because there's a ESV? Is that what you're referring to?
I am saying that the Bible's Old Testaments and New Testaments have been changed many times and has been altered to fit what people want and of God it's been
Um,
altered.
do you know what the Dead Sea Scrolls are, Lava? Do you know what the Septuagint is, Lava? All these are very, very old documents, historical documents. Well, let me. Well, the Dead Street, Dead Street, yeah,
Can you
Dead.
refresh me on Fa?
If I'm not mistaken, the Dead Sea Scrolls are
I'm still
contain.
learning.
If I'm not mistaken, the Dead Sea Scrolls contain the Isaiah scroll. If I'm not mistaken, and
I remember something about it.
yeah, it's a collection of approximately 970 ancient manuscripts featuring the oldest surviving fragments of the Hebrew Bible discovered in 1947 and 1956. Pretty much. Written in Hebrew, Aramaic, and Greek. And yo, look, I really urge you to not look. I really urge you to research under actual Christian historians, not just Christian historians, but historians that are atheistic as
Yeah, the
well.
Quran was never ever changed though, not once. In language yes, translation yes, but not the words.
No, that's not true either. But I really urge you to look under researchers who are Christian and researchers who are, well, who would be considered hostile witnesses, like the Jewish historian Josephus.
Whole verses were removed from the Bible. I assure you it's true.
Whole verses were removed from the Bible. So there was a slave Bible in like during the, I think that like the Atlantic slave, well then like the slave trade in like the fifth for the African slaves over here in America. Uh, the all of this stuff was recorded, so, or at least started to be recorded.
I'm not talking about that one.
I mean, but it would fit the definition that you just laid out. So if that's not the definition, you got to be more specific. But keep in mind, all this stuff was started to be recorded within about, I think 60, within 30 to 60 years after Jesus was crucified. The only reason that the information is gotten here to where it is with me right now is because the information has been carefully preserved. It's the only reason it's gotten here. To me. It went from 12 people that were essentially about to be killed to me, and billions of people all over the planet who all have the same message. The people in Korea that are Christian, the people in China that are Christian, they don't have a different message. The followers of Christ in South America, Canada, they don't have a different message. North Africa, Southeast Asia, Indonesia, they don't have we all have it. We all know, or we all came to the understanding of Jesus living in the Middle East, crucified, rising from the dead, claiming to be God. We all have it. We all know it. That's the exact same message from 2,000 years ago. And because we all know it, anything contrary to that, contrary to history, not just the Bible, but history, someone's probably lying to you. Here, last more weekends and weekends lasted my sneakers.
There is a verse in the Bible that says, if two men are fighting, and a woman grabs a man by his genitals to help her husband, she is to have. Kinda weird, no, don't worry, I have more.
You have a Dawa script for real. You don't. Oh my gosh. Also, the Septuagint is the earliest known Greek translation of the Hebrew Bible. Hey, yeah. All ancient documents. Old Testament created between the 3rd and 2nd century BC. Oh my gosh. I yeah, I would really urge you to look into this, and also look under actual historians that are not trying to lie to you. Because I'm telling you right now, those people
What is
you're
the Dawa script you speak of, lol?
the thing that you mentioned earlier about you talking online with imams and Muslims on videos.
If what you mean by Dawa script, I'm not gonna lie.
Right, yeah. The Dawa script is basically a script given to Muslims, and yeah, I gotta say, I've only seen it online. I've never seen it like directly at me, but they are word for word identical. The same arguments are identical that Muslims use against Christians. Identical. And you're using the exact same ones right now. That's the Dawa script. and they mostly get it from Muslim apologists.
This is because these are the main points.
Yeah, I know. They're the main points, but they're word for word identical. I'm just saying, word for word identical is crazy, and I've never experienced it.
You want me to pull a verse out that doesn't exist?
No, no, I don't want you to pull anything. I don't want you to lie. But the irony in that. Uh, no, I just think it's fascinating. Honestly, I think it's really fascinating.
He'll pull some shit out of my ass next time, lol.
What was the last thing you said? There's a verse in the Bible that says if two men are fighting and a woman grabs a man. What verse is that, Lava? Lava. While you're getting that verse, it's very
Christians do the
important.
same.
Do this. I'm sure they do, Lava. I don't know what else that. I'm really trying, and I really hope I'm not doing that now, because I don't want to be dishonest, and I don't want to give you the incorrect information.
Deuteronomy 25:11-12.
Who's the speaker in that, Lava? Who's the speaker and who's the audience?
Moses.
And who's he speaking? Who's Moses speaking to?
I believe. The Israelites.
Some see the glass is empty. I see a glass full of ether. And what is the context behind this, Lava? Oh my fuck! Oh,
There is a verse line that says, eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth. Clearly would never be said in the Quran. That is not what Islam would teach.
there's a verse verse that says eye for an eye, tooth for tooth. Clearly, would never in Quran. Lava. This is Lava. This is why I ask those questions about. Um, this is why I asked the questions about the things I just said earlier. Context is very important. All right. Most of the Bible is descriptive. All right. Descriptive. It's simply explaining the history that happened. It is not making. I don't. I don't think these verses that you're reading are ought claims of what people ought to be doing or what they should be doing, rather. Right? Moses isn't talking to lava in the 21st century or Joe Schmo down the street. You do understand that, right? It's very important to understand who who the speaker is, the context, who is the speaker speaking to, what led up to that, and what happened after. All that history is very important to know. It's like I'm not pulling stuff. I'm not just pulling random verses out of the Quran that I don't understand the context and just throwing it at your face. I'm not doing that. Oh, there goes my self-righteousness. Gotta stop it, Yak. Gotta stop it.
We just lost Lewis's signal. Somewhere in the vicinity of the forest. Expect the worst.
That's near Mendez, isn't it? He has a house there. Could be worth taking a look.
Do it. I'll see what I can find from my end.
Should have known he'd be trouble.
You guys want me to go this way? You guys want me to go that way, don't you?
It is presented as part of laws given by God through Moses.
Okay. So, it's safe to say that what we have here is this is probably more than, well, this is Deuteronomy, so this is probably a whole this is probably a lot older than 2,000 years ago, 2,000 years ago if we were trying to date it. A whole lot older than that, because this is Moses we're talking about. If I were to try to date it, but it seems as though we have something here along the lines of, you know, a punishment for people who trying to commit criminal acts. I'm pretty sure this is what you stumbled onto, that first one you talked about with Deuteronomy.
So you're saying that's okay to do?
Did you hear me say that, Lava?
If it's not okay to do, then why would God allow it then but not now?
Lava, 4 words. I do not know. Lava, I am not sure as to why
I know you don't.
But it seems as though these were. I'm looking at this now, and it seems as though it's punishment for people doing some serious crimes, like attacking people's genitals and whatnot I guess. Kind of like how some states in the United States have the death penalty. And I know your contention is the fact that God is communicating this to Moses. I understand that. A lot of people don't really understand that. I'm not saying this is the case, but God in the Bible is not just love, but he's also a God of wrath. And he will seek to punish sin if he deems it to be. I would say to you, caution to have some caution or some what's the word I'm looking for? You know, I would tread carefully with reading and trying to make assumptions about God. That's the word I'm looking for. Assumptions about God is communicated in the Bible. It's not just sunshine and daisies and whatnot, but he's very serious about people committing evil and getting them to not commit evil. If
Yay, but you are not. Okay, let's take a step back. Understanding Poe, the Bible was changed, texts were literally removed, altered, and sentences.
Lava, you keep saying that, but you haven't actually substantiated anything. You haven't, like, give me something. I'm like, Lava, you keep making claims with no evidence. And because you made the claim, it's your job to support it, not me. It's not my job to support the claim that you make. So you keep making these assumptions and assertions and claims with no evidence. It can be thrown in the not valid pile. Respectfully, of course.
I bet he wants to save her.
Ada, you'd be right. You'd be right. That's over that. Can you go to the back of the church? Nope, it's blocked off. I can. I don't know. What's that noise? Is that crying? It is crying. That's interesting. Oh, whoa. We got action. really want to hit that. Fuck. Oh, because she called them. Duh. She called them with the bell. They're gonna see me. They're gonna walk right past me, bro.
Hurry on to the church now. You don't want to be late.
Or do they even care?
So like it will take a second to find them, cause I was showed comparisons of old Bibles throughout the years, and a lot of them had a lot.
Ah, fuck.
Was altered.
Aye. Hold that thought. Damn it, damn it.
Great.
Fuck, hold on, let me reload that. Let me reload that. Hold on. Alright, let me. So, like, it would take a second to find them because I was showing comparisons of old Bibles throughout the years, and a lot of them had a lot of verses removed, read, removed, altered. I want to know who showed you this, and I want to know what year these Bibles were made. Because I just want to point out, Lava, I really want to point out that the line the line for history for the history of the Old Testament, the New Testament, Jesus is pretty straight. And I'm pretty sure I looked up a few
The
years ago.
earliest version of the Bible was actually very different, even having lines encouraging violence and just weird stuff, but they were law.
See, this is like a lot of like ambiguous and vague and not specific. You know what I'm saying? This isn't really something. This isn't really something worth hanging your hat over, because this is almost unverifiable. And well, earliest version of the Bible. Um, I'm pretty sure like a lot of the books in the Bible were pretty. I'm pretty sure they were just that at one point. Books. Well, not like actual books, but scrolls, probably literally. So I'm pretty sure not all of it was all together at one point or another. And plus, all this stuff was discovered.
I know, but you haven't given me any specific evidence either. I don't have the exact verses and stuff. I can't remember all the stuff.
Lava, you're the one making the claims. Lava, you've made like 20 claims. You've made like 20 claims, Lava. It's your job to support the claims that you make, guy. And if you want evidence, technically I did. Although I'll admit perhaps I wasn't specific for the claims about Jesus claimed to be God. What was that? Hold on, wait a minute. Yes, sorry. John 8:59, John 10:31. There. That's about Jesus claiming to be God. There. Done.
You have made rebuttal claims. I have made claims, but I don't want to scrounge documents for it, Oren.
Oh, come on, Lava! Don't, Lava. You were hunting for Christians. That's what this is, Lava. You were hunting for Christians. That's what this is. I know. I know. I don't want to scourge document, but you were hunting for Christians, Lava. You couldn't wait. You couldn't wait to present this information in front of someone who's a follower of Christ. I know. I know. Tell me the truth, Lava. Tell me the truth.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not.
Yeah, Lava. I got a task for you, man. Hold on, wait a minute. I got a task for you, man. the heck? Hold up. Na, na, na. Na, na, na. Hold on, wait a minute. Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Yeah, but dog, I got a tag. I got a task for you to complete. Hold on, wait a minute. I want to go on mute because I don't want to. Hold up.
I swear everything I have said is true. As far as I know, I haven't purposely lied to you, given the current knowledge I have received on TH.
No, 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 Lava. I think that you were lied to. That's what I think, because that's what the imams do. But I'm gonna.
I'm still learning and have only been Muslim around 4 months.
Oh yeah, yeah. Oh my gosh, yo. Oh my gosh, bro. Only 4 months. Oh yeah, yeah. Oh man. Listen. Oh my goodness. I don't even want to say it. Look, hold up. Lava. I'm gonna message you on Discord. All right. I want you to.
Respectfully, no, sir.
What? What? I don't know what you're saying respectfully. No to. Hold on. I want to message you on Discord, Lava, because I really want you to see something, bro. I really want you to see this. Hold on a minute. Do I may have to go to my other.
You said I was lied to, but no, sir.
Yeah, yeah, of course, because that's what the Muslims, the Muslim imams do. They lie to all, any person that's well. The one they lied to the people over there in those Muslim countries. They lied to them and threatened to kill them. And then the people over here that are not under Sharia law, they sell a whole bunch of well, for like well, I don't have any other word. They sell a whole bunch of lies to people that are on the fence about insert religion, and get them to convert to Islam with the and the structure of Islam looks promising because people are sticking together, but people don't really join. They join on that big selling point, but not for
That's a
because
big
you
claim. In those other countries there are crazy people, you can't use that.
can't use what? Which part was the big claim? Me saying that they'll probably threaten to kill you and your family if you live in those Sharia countries, because you do know about apostasy, right? Uh, Lava. I'm assuming you know about that. For the punishment for leaving Islam under Sharia law. I'm sure you know about that, right? Not even, not even, not even under Sharia law. Let let any of these other Muslims know that you leave Islam and you're not under Sharia law. You probably get put on a hit list forever, secretly.
Yes, about the imams in other countries. That's like saying Islam is bad cause there are terrorists in Iraq that are Islam, so they're for the team.
No, 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 no. That's not what I said. It's literally in the Quran. Quite literally. Oh, or is that the Hadith? It's either in the Hadith or the Quran. Yeah, it's in the Hadith. And Muhammad's name is only mentioned 4 times in the Quran, big dog.
What is in Quran?
Oh, Lava, do you not know about the Hadith? Like, Lava, Muhammad's name is only mentioned in the Quran like 4 times, if I'm not mistaken. So where do you think they the Muslims get it from to know to do their prayers and their practices and their daily activities? Where do you think they get it from? Because I don't believe it's in the Quran. They have to be getting it from somewhere else. And Muhammad's name is only mentioned 4 times in the Quran. Where do you go to learn about the life of Muhammad? Right? The Hadith, if I'm not mistaken. And specifically the Sahih, 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 the Sahih Hadith. Well, Sahih al-Bukhari, to be specific. Oh, my freaking neck. Hold on, I need an ice pack. Hold
I
on.
know this.
Sahih Bukhari 6922. Whoever changes his religion, kill him. I'll just be that specific. Sahih al-Bukhari 6922. Whoever changes his religion, kill him. Oh, my neck.
Can you type it in chat?
Yes, yes I can. In fact, I'll just copy it from my notes.
Sahih Bukhari 6922.
Ah, shoot.
I got the Quran right here, so.
Uh, that's so that what I just sent you is is the Hadith, not the Quran. Hold on, wait a minute. Ay, 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 ay. No, that's not where I was trying to go. And actually, well, I mean, that verse in the Hadith is, if I'm not mistaken, that's for you know people already in Muslims. I, I, I know you say you got a Quran next to you. I'll just throw this one your way too while I'm at it. And well, that okay. That's chapter 8, verse 12. But
Surah 812.
oh, actually, you know what? Hold up, I got a better idea. Hold up, I got a much better idea. Lava, I'm going to message you on Discord. All right, and I want you to go watch this person. All right. Uh, Cause Jack, I'm only interested in the truth, no matter how dirty it is or how grimy. Where are you at? Where's your name? Oh, well, it seems as though you commented earlier. That's perfect. I want yo Lava, bro. I want you to watch that, man. I want you to watch that, Lava. But I just messaged you on Discord. Also, if I sound different, it's because I have an ice pack around my neck. and I've been in a whole lot of pain. It's like this past 2 days. Oh boy. I did all this stuff right. There's no save point in there. Of course I can't go that way. Yep. Did I do all that already? I had to call him Dad. Wait a minute.
So basically the verse you just told me, the real meaning behind it that in gathering from text evidence and such, and from what I know is,
I wonder if I just stay back here, will they not see me?
to somebody, in Islamic law judicial system may find equal punishment to such crime.
Yeah.
Hurry on to the church now. You don't want to be late.
Don't worry, I'm not gonna stab anybody this time. I'm just gonna let them do their thing. They're going to church. They're going to church. Also, yes, Lava, I hear you. Actually, Lava, I could also pull up one of the a video of one of the Muslim scholars slash apologists explaining why they need to kill, or I know I'm on YouTube. I mean, but it doesn't matter. I'm not, why they take the lives of Muslims who leave Islam. I can send you that video if you want. I'll send it to you. The link you want. I sent you the first one out of me being a whatever type of person, but. I said that matches. What the heck?
Hey, stranger. So what are you buying?
You've picked quite the place to set up shop, stranger.
Aye, and look what it brought me. Well now, let's make our first time doing business a memorable one.
This is hilarious. I don't even remember playing Separate Ways on the original. I think I did, but I don't even remember it that much. I could only. Well, no. It's gotta be. You serious?
So basically for you the answer is, that in the law/legal system the judge will ask for equal punishment to such crime, that being UG. You died.
which are you referring to, Lava? Yo, bro, these are the you get the 1.2 is less than the 1.1, only because the blue is more expensive than. Fuck it, I'll just keep it there. Whatever. Obviously, I can't do anything with that.
Welcome, stranger. A job well done deserves payment in kind. I've got something new for you, mate.
Dude, my gosh, look at all that.
Why not try your hand at a new gun, stranger? Might save your life.
Sahil Bukhari 6922.
Ah, yes.
Fools won't do you much good in the grave. Having trouble deciding, are we?
It's referring to legal retaliation, not like word of God.
Not word of God. Yeah, I'm aware that this isn't Allah saying this, but however, I'm still saying this is still a part of Islam because this is what Muhammad did, and Muslims follow Muhammad pretty, or at least try to follow the identical pattern of his life. Because do Muslims not believe that Muhammad is the perfect man? I mean, I know you say you only been in for 4 months, but based on what I've seen, it seems to be the case. Now, I get what you're saying. It's saying it's not biblical. This isn't Allah. But, however, this is what happens today, right now. Crazy, that's 5,000. Did it? Yeah, okay, 5,000.
A deal well struck.
Yeah, I should probably repair that.
You have a ticket, do ya? Nah, crossing your T's, dotting your I's. That's the way to be. You'll get some bang for your buck. I guarantee it.
Shotgun. Oh shit. Yeah, you know, I kinda do.
All yours, stranger.
I'm taking that too.
That shorty's very easy to handle. It will be perfect for you. Wield it. Now, welcome.
This is. Oh
There's some
God.
things money can't buy. A wise choice. I know, I say that a lot, but I mean it. Good instinct, stranger. Will that be all, then? You have a ticket, do ya? Nice. Choose a weapon, stranger, and I'll make it sing. Stocking up while you can.
Oh, you say that, and I hear you and understand that, but the thing is, the Islam followed in Islamic countries like Iraq, Syria and such, doesn't even follow the real teachings of Islam.
What you see is what I've got.
I think they would have. I think they would have a difference of opinion in what you're saying, big guy, because this is where, in the Middle East, is where this started, not over here in the States. And if they're telling you, any of these people, if they're telling you that this isn't Islam, that's not true. That is Islam. All of that. Because they literally been doing it since like the 600s. Like dog, I really want you to understand this. I really want you to understand this. This is also a historical fact. And actually, don't even take my word for it. Look it up for yourself. The first, hold on, because I got it. You probably can't hear me.
Got hope to see you again soon.
I really want to do something about that music. The first American war on foreign soil was against Muslims in the 1800s. The first American war on foreign soil was against Muslims. I really want you to understand this. Muslims were kidnapping, well, pirates were, this is the Barbary Wars, were kidnapping Americans.
I'm sure they would, but the Quran literally goes against every fiber of what they are doing in the country, and I'm about to explain this next.
Yeah, no, but see, here's also the thing. I'm pretty sure there's a verse in the Quran that tells you to follow Muhammad in whatever he does, and you can't question him or anything. I'm pretty sure there's a verse that says that like that. So if Muhammad says this, you can't question it. If Muhammad does this, you can't question it, and you're a kafir.
Kafir.
That's how you spell it. Jack, what is this? So all this talk about, you know, it goes against the Quran. No, if Muhammad says it's okay, you can't question it. If Muhammad does this, you can't question it. You're a disbeliever.
The Surah 8:12 ways actually in the Quran here. It means to fight against the opposing army/religions that rejected Islam at in the time period.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it doesn't say anything about a time period. I'm pretty sure the Quran doesn't state anything about a time period. That verse in the Quran, I'm pretty sure it does not, I say it again, it does not say anything about a time period. Otherwise, the thing that I just mentioned about the Barbary Wars in 1801 wouldn't have happened. Because if it was about a time period, they wouldn't have been trying to capture American soldiers, because they told whoever was commander-in-chief at the time that their prophet commands them to bring Islam into anybody who's not Islamic by way of war. Jack, you can quote me on that. Shit. Alright, man. Alright.
Welcome. Ooh, what you buying?
Ooh, what you buying? Alright.
Oh, oi, oi! Better buy something while you can. You may regret.
Just point that out, man. Yeah, let me get the resources, man.
In Iraq and such they bend the rules to their own political ideologies.
They bend the rules to their own. This isn't just well, I didn't even say a specific. Or did I? I don't think I said a specific country, but it's not just a specific country. This is an ideology that is beyond just Iraq. Imagine if I told you Iraq was once a Christian country. And if it was a Christian country, why did it change? Is it the same thing that's currently happening in Nigeria?
I have given evidence. You can look up the exact meaning of each yourself, as I will, to see if incorrect if you are to try and correct me.
Look, Jack, I've already been there. I've been there. Yeah, but fuck.
Welcome.
Yeah, Jack, let me go ahead and get that, bro.
Oh, I knew you'd choose that. Don't get your...
Yeah, I got it. There we go. Because what are we talking about?
Welcome. Got a selection of good things on sale, stranger. All my wares are in tip-top shape, I assure you. You have a ticket, do ya? Nice. Choose a weapon, stranger, and I'll make it sing.
Damn, bro.
We're starting to... Now go and cause some
Yeah, I know. Appreciate it, big dog. Actually, no. You know what? I'll leave that there. Fuck it. Put that there.
Hey.
It says, strengthen those who believe, and I will cast terror in the hearts of those who don't. It was said in context, in the part, talking.
Oh yeah, I'm glad you read that.
Sadler, the leader of the cult.
That's why it says this.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, cast terror in the hearts of the disbeliever. And if I recall, that's not for something. That's not for something that's specific to a specific time period, because throughout the history of the past 1500 years, where there are Muslims that spread Islam by the sword.
It was Islam believers versus the Meccan military.
What was I yeah, now that might be the case, but
So why you included this one?
because the history of Islam has spread by the sword. That's why. That's why I mentioned it. What's going on in Nigeria right now has been going on everywhere throughout history involving Muslims in an area. Most of those places overseas in the Middle East, a lot of those places were Christian. You know that, right? The thing I just said about the Barbary Wars, 1800s, first American war on foreign soil, was against Muslims.
The disbelievers being the Meccan army, it's in context. Some ilams may use that now, out of context all they want, but that doesn't mean that.
Doesn't mean what? You don't think that they took that stuff to heart? This is Islam. This is the history of Islam right here. And people that jump into it now in countries where there's peace, you got blindfolds on, man. Especially if you just jumped into it without looking into the history of this entire thing. Like, people are forced into this. You either join or you die. And then it comes over here and say, "Oh, you don't have to do that. That's not true." But lo and behold, this is the history right here. This has been the history. This has always been the history. And if you don't want to see that, that's fine. But don't tell me. You can't tell me or anybody else that this isn't the history, because it's not true. You want to lie to yourself, that's fine. But not to me. What else do I need?
People weren't forced as often in the past, and the teachings never said to force it. In procedural teaching it was to join or to pay a tax.
Hey Jack, who pays that tax? You talking about the jizya tax? Who pays that? And why do they pay it? It was never meant to be forced. I can't believe what I'm hearing right now. It's literally being forced right now. Right now. Like, what do you call someone, like, you either join a religion or you die? Is that not force? Are they not giving you an ultimatum? And if you leave, you die. Uh, I mean, you know what I'm saying? Just look up what are the rules under Sharia law. What are the rules for apostasy under Sharia law? Just look up what it is. Aye, aye, aye. Quick Google search. Also, what do I need? Do I need more shotgun? Do I need more rifle? I should probably get let's not fool ourselves. I'm so glad that I have.
Okay, but don't you understand? That's not the actually teaching of the Quran. For example, a Christian could try to force the religion upon some.
Yeah, but
Religion
they
of
wouldn't
a
be.
person.
Yeah, but they wouldn't be Christian. Is what I'm saying. Like they wouldn't be Christian because Jesus didn't teach that. Muhammad taught that. Muhammad taught people. That's what Muhammad teaches. I just made a claim. Well, I've already technically condemned this, but
It's their own twisted ideologies and they hide behind Islam for excuse.
that's Jack. This isn't twisted ideology. This is Islam. I'm telling you, this is Islam. This isn't some shadow puppet behind people using Islam as cover. Where do you think they get it from? They're not just. They're not that thing that you said earlier about pulling it out of your ass. They're not pulling it out of their ass. They're getting it from somewhere.
He did not teach that, and I just proved it by explaining both verses you provided to me. It is not so.
You know, well, actually, hold on, wait a minute. Hold up. I just looked up that very thing that you just said. Wait, hold up. The thing I gave you. Oh, I'm gonna read it. I'm gonna read it out to you. Hold up. That's it. So look. I literally just looked this up. Where do Muslims get the punishment for apostasy under Sharia law from? Under Sharia law, the traditional punishment for apostasy, leaving Islam, primarily originates from Hadith literature, which are recordings, sayings, and actions of the Prophet Muhammad, rather than the Quran. The most frequently cited basis for capital punishment is the Sahih, which means authentic Hadith. Whoever changes his religion, kill him. That's the 6922 that I just gave you. Another prominent narration lists apostasy as one of the 3 reasons why Muslims' life may be taken alongside murder and adultery. So the evidence that you gave me, I just gave it back to you, 1-to-1. I mean, I'm just saying. All right. These are the words and actions of Muhammad, and you can't question the actions and words of Muhammad as a Muslim. I mean, I'm just. Damn it! I just missed that. You know, y'all gotta be out here fighting shadow puppet. Ah, shit. Oh, damn it. Can't use that. Mental fight, bro. It's probably gonna be blocked off from coming in.
But the way you worded it is different. They use things out of the hadith but out of their actual meaning. Look up what is the meaning of th.
Huh? The way you worded it is different. They use things out of the hadith that out. I mean, Lava, this is pretty explicit. Whoever changes his religion, kill him. That's pretty explicit, and I'm pretty sure those are the I'm pretty sure those are the words of Muhammad himself. If I'm not
the true
mistaken.
meaning of Surah 8:12.
We can talk about Surah 8:12. That's fine, but 6922 of the Hadith, I'm pretty sure these are the words of Muhammad himself. I'm trying to figure out how you reconcile that before we move on. I'm just saying. Shit.
Simple as so.
Oh.
was injured, and his case was brought to the Prophet Muhammad. The Prophet ruled that the injured person has the right to retaliation.
Hold on.
This is what I got for the jack, so what you're seeing. He'll let you log in.
Yeah, I know he's right behind me.
Looks like that was effective.
This is... I can't even focus. Hey, bro. Feet. No.
The fog. It's getting thicker.
Great. There's more of them popping up. Ah. Great. Fuck. Oh my gosh. Fuck.
No, the ideology and actions of terrorist groups in the Middle East are not considered true Islam worldwide, even though those groups use. You can't make this up.
I, uh, ideology and actions of terrorist groups and ideologies are not considered true Islam. According to who exactly, right? Because if I were to ask Muhammad himself, he would probably say it is. You know what I'm saying? Because you have a verse that says this specific thing from Muhammad. Muhammad carried these actions out during his lifetime, and then Muslims later on, after Muhammad leaves the earth, continue to carry out the same actions that Muhammad carried out while he was alive. Yeah, bro. Wait, no. Okay, good. Bro, what the fuck am I battling? Ghosts? No, seriously.
He would definitely not say it is. All I need you to do is type in the verse, and then ask for the context, my brother.
I did. What I read to you literally came up. What I've read to you is literally what came up. That's what I read. Aye. Where do Muslims get the punishment for apostasy under Sharia law from? That's what I typed in. That was the first thing that popped up. That was the first thing that popped up. The 6922. First thing. Now, although the Quran does not state explicitly.
Something completely different.
Well, so we went from the punishment for apostasy to the history of Islam and how it spread. And I had told you that Islam had spread by the sword. Is that factually true?
Obviously, then get their excuses for their ideologies from the Quran. It doesn't mean that's what the Quran says to bend the teachings.
No, Lava. Is it factually true that Islam spread by the sword? And what I mean by the sword is by war and forcing people, essentially. Is that how Islam spread? Not just initially. This isn't something that's only like the first 300 years of Islam's popular, because I brought the evidence of the Barbary Wars in 1800s when they were
kidnapped. Not exact yes or no.
In a way, but not exact. No, Lava. This isn't. So I just made it. Lava. Truth claims are not something like. No, Lava. Truth claims aren't something that's in the middle. In the middle. Truth claims are yes or it's no. It's true or it's false. There's no in between. Either it is or it isn't. This is how you violate the law of non-contradiction. The answer can't be both non-A and A. This is you're borderline. You're almost borderline violating a law of logic.
You look it up anywhere that isn't some random Christian on Reddit, you will see it will tell you it was not spread by the sword.
You look up somewhere. I don't know. I'm not looking up.
In fact, a simple yes or not.
I'm not looking up on Christian Reddit. I don't even think I'm in a. I'm not even in a. I'm not even. Anywho, you're making assertions, Lava. I would stick to. I wouldn't do that. I would try to. If you're going to present a case and an argument, stick with what you know. Don't make assertions.
Regardless, do me a favor, okay? Look up simply, was Islam spread by the sword? You have made assertions to BTW without full knowledge on the matter.
Early Muslim armies conquered vast territories formerly held by the Byzantine and Sassanid empires. However, these conquests were primarily political for centuries after the majority of the population in those regions remained non-Muslim. Historical context shows that while Islamic empires expanded rapidly through military conquest, the religion itself was not generally not spread by forced conversion. So yes, Islamic
So yes
empires.
and no.
So that's not a yes or no. So Islam definitely spread by the sword. Definitely.
I promise you the real teachings of Islam is not what you see in the Middle East.
How could that be when that's where it started?
Won't let me go so easily, huh?
Definitely not spread by the sword. It just told me people were not forced, and it just said the war was political and not Islamic based.
It just said historical research shows that while Islamic empires expanded rapidly through military conquest, the religion itself generally was not spread by forced conversion. Do you know what generally means, Lava? Generally could literally mean 49% or 51%. It could literally mean 51%. My question is, for the people that are spreading Islam by the sword, because it's a big number. It's not 10%, it's not 20. My question is, why are they still doing it today in countries all over the world? The UK is a prime evidence of this. Nigeria is prime evidence of this. Well, yeah, because they got people lined up and whatnot, and commanding them to denounce Christianity and whatnot. This is the
They
same
are
thing that
brainwashed,
happened.
that's why. Brainwashed by political ideologies.
What political ideology? Where? Where? Where are they getting it from? Who are they getting it from?
Politics of terrorism.
Politics of terrorism? Give me some names. I want some names. I want some names.
No Islam terrorism.
Just tell me. Nope. Teleport. Teleport. Ah, damn it. Ah.
What you're saying, if we use your same logic, if you are a Christian and you decide to gather mass amount of Christians and brainwash them in fault.
Love, I think you cut out there. It was just saying, if we use your same logic, if you're a Christian and you decide to gather mass amount of Christians and brainwash them into following Christianity falsely. No, Lava, because I'm not the arbiter of Christianity. Jesus is. And we have to follow Jesus' commands. You as a Muslim, you can, is it true that can you question Muhammad or anything action that he took? Can you question him and still be Muslim and not be a kafir? The word, that K word that I used earlier, the Arabic word. Can you question any of Muhammad's words or actions? That's what I want to know.
No.
Right, you can't.
These verses you have used against me, simply type the verse and then ask the meaning. The words he said, ask context and meaning. Then we will see. You were wrong on the spread by the sword thing, admitted. Man shrugging, light skin tone.
Bro, I literally just said, is my thing on? Historical research shows that Islamic empires expanded rapidly through military conquest. You know what that means, right? The answer can't be both yes and no. Either it did or it did not. In order for it to not be not, you need 0%. You understand that, right? Lava. You need 0% in order for it to be no.
So has every single country in the world, that's how you expand?
Every single country in the world. Oh no. we're talking
simply political, don't you understand?
It was simply political. Oh my goodness gracious. But the subject is the spread of Islam.
So.
The subject is the spread of Islam. Islam spread by military conquest. That's it. That's literally it. You understand, if they don't have they don't have the population, they're not going to expand because they lose the war. They lose the fight. This is
still not understand that you're reading something proving you're wrong.
Huh? It literally says expanded through military conquest rapidly. How long do you think they were expanding through using military conquest to spread Islam? How long do you think they were doing that?
Read carefully and understand that the religion wasn't spread by the war. The territory gained was from the sword.
I am saying that Islam did in fact spread by the sword. This is saying that it's generally not spread through the sword. Generally means from the time of Islam's conception to now. Right now. People right now look at Islam and go, I want to join that. You fall into maybe less than 20% of not being spread by the sword, but people making a decision based on whatever information that they have. This is saying that
It even said they didn't force people to convert. If they do now in those countries, that's not the real teaching, so that's the people and not.
Oh. Oh, yeah, yeah. Lava, if if the punishment for leaving Islam,
If someone chooses to do something out of the religion's teachings, it's not the religion's fault, simply put.
but Lava, if the religion punishes you by death under their law by leaving Islam, are they forcing you?
Look up the context of that verse 2, please, face with tears of joy.
Hold up, bro. I'm gonna show you something. Where are you at? And actually, I'll just read this again. Where do Muslims get the punishment for apostasy under Sharia law? Under Sharia law, the traditional punishment for apostasy, leaving Islam, primarily originates from Hadith literature. Recordings.
I will have to watch the thing in Discord BTW, I haven't viewed it yet.
That's not what I'm talking. You need to watch that. Recordings, sayings, and actions of the Prophet rather than the Quran. Hadith, sayings of the Prophet, things the Prophet said. The most frequently cited basis for capital punishment is the Sahih, authentic Hadith. Whoever changes his religion, kill him. Another prominent narration lists apostasy as one of only 3 reasons why a Muslim's life may be taken, alongside murder and adultery. That's what I looked up. That's what it says. That's what I looked up. I'll send you a screenshot. Oh, I'll send you a screenshot. Wait a minute.
But you worded it in a way into your favor without it explaining.
I didn't look. I literally read it off the page. Hold up. Hold up. I didn't word it, bro. I literally read it off the page. Hold up. Wait a minute. Hey, where are you at?
I understand. I believe that is what it said.
Is that his name?
I know you did. I heard how you texted it.
That's not him. Oh yeah. Damn it. Was that? I think it was. No, I think it was.
ask, is that the true teachings of Islam, after that one? That's all I need from you.
Hold on, damn it. Hold up.
Do that for me, please.
Hold up, man. There you go.
Ja, there, yeah.
Okay, yeah, I found it. Yeah. Yeah, I absolutely found it. You there, lava? Shit.
Alright, I'm back. Found wood.
Ah. Check your Discord. Ah.
The fog. It's getting thicker.
Ah. 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 Oh my gosh.
That, are we?
I am not gonna make it out of here. Fuck. Oh. Oh my god. Yeah. Fuck.
Welcome. What can I
didn't know
interest
get
you
into a
in?
damn boss fight.
Pleasure doing business with you. You'll get some bang for your buck. I guarantee it.
Oh yeah, I didn't know I was getting into a damn boss fight, bro.
You have a ticket, do ya? Nice. Hope to see you again soon, stranger.
Actually, wait.
Welcome. Ooh, what you buying? I'll buy almost anything. Ruby's all rubbish, it makes no difference. The price, a deal well struck. That cash in your pocket or your life. Easy choice, mate. Better to be over. Don't get yourself killed now. Hello, stranger.
I can at least expand the battle a little bit.
Won't let me go so easily, huh?
This all over here. Can I go over here? What the fuck? Where'd he go? Peace.
Discord, the scholar has it wrong.
It's getting thicker.
Ah.
Looks like that was effective.
Ah. Ah. Fuck, can I throw it?
And yak.
Fuck.
Off the pallet.
I wish.
Not fond of that, are we?
Did that? I know that did not. Did that? Oh my gosh. Nope, never mind. I'm thinking that did something. Wait. Oh. Ah. Yeah. Fuck. Come on. Fuck.
Nice.
What is wrong with me? Okay,
Check the Discord.
now for the
Hold up.
village chief's house.
I'm sitting here. Dance. At least get to another checkpoint before I get off. Because I was trying to stay up this late. Fuck.
It won't open.
I can't do that.
The scholar's interpretation was wrong. He says in the video, this is my interpretation of it, but that was a very disturbing interpretation.
Well, Jack, they've been doing it for about more than a few 1,500 years now.
I think I'll pass.
I mean, I say 1,500, that may be a little far-fetched. No, it's not. All right.
Check the Discord, man. Face with raised eyebrow.
I know, I know. hear you. Obviously, that's not happening. Okay. Yes. Oh shit. No, I can't. Alright. Now. Oh my gosh, bro. I gotta go all the way over there.
Should be just up ahead.
So I haven't really been focused on the game. What's going on, RN?
I'm trying to get... Look, I was not trying to stay up this late. Because I'm trying to do something. I'm trying to wake up something in the morning.
Your blood has accepted the gift.
Ain't just about to say Leon. I'm looking for her objective, Amber.
Sorry for making you stay up, Rogue, but do you see where I'm coming from, Poe? I've made some good points, no?
No, you haven't.
Gift. My blood.
Agree to disagree.
There ain't no Jack. There ain't no agree to disagree, Jack. I don't know why people think you
I
get.
don't think you have either.
No, Jack. I'm giving you some solid shit. I'm giving you some pretty solid stuff, man. I'm giving you some pretty solid stuff, man. Where you can go and see all the stuff that I've said, from Christ, the Barbary Wars, the origin of Islam, all of it. Ah, fuck. It is the end. Oh gosh. All right. You know what? I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna see what this is. I'm gonna see what this is, how this starts off, and then I'll get off, and I'll check the Discord too. Fuck. And she was watching the whole time as I'm running through the damn game.
Keep them busy, Leon.
So have I. You just don't want to see it. You keep beating around the bush every time I have tried to explain it and show evidence. I have tree. To each their own.
Oh my gosh. Man said I don't want to see it. Like, I've been seeing it for the past 10 months. All this stuff that you're saying, I've read,
there's a lead on Luis
heard, watched, and gone over. but the history just doesn't align with what you're talking about. Obviously, I don't have the key for that. You can buy keys. Oh my gosh.
Fly. Am I pretty?
It do be though. It be aligning.
Not in the slightest. Oh my gosh, what's that?
What
Oh,
have we here?
hidden key. I'll have to make a note of that. Fuck. I mean, it's kind of pointless. Oh, wait, hold on.
At least their holy book looks interesting.
I see. After the abandoned factory.
I bet they took him here.
Oh. I have to remember this next time. Alright. You know, the more I read, Lava, are you there?
Yup.
Yeah. So I'm reading the screenshot that you hear. This is an interesting thing right here. You got here the common modern view. It's almost as if it's almost as if the Muslims have tried to. And dog, I ain't gonna hold you. I know you say you've taken up the mantle of Muslim, and you've only been Muslim for 4 years. But do you really understand what you stepped into here? Like, do you really understand? I shouldn't have even asked that question because I'm getting away from my point. I'm not trying to forget, and I'm also trying to get off. And this is gonna keep me up. It's almost as if they're trying to clean up the view for people who are not attuned to the history of Islam, so they can get more converts. That's all. That's all. Just like the Mormons. Just like the Mormons had to change up because of Joseph Smith and all the stuff he was dealing with that wasn't. Aye. But this stuff is. Oh my goodness. fight those who fight against Islam. I bet you're gonna tell me that's also a part of the time period too, huh? Yeah. Even though it doesn't even say that. It applied to people who left Islam in the old view. Yo, who gets to dictate any of this stuff? The old versus the new? Is it the people that are giving you these interviewing you over these video calls? You think they don't have
And
any
probably
sort?
everyone to know. But my man, you have had plenty of evidence presented before you. What more you want me to do? I have pro.
Man said he has plenty of evidence. Jack, yo, Lava. I just want to point out that I asked you if Islam spread by the sword. You said yes and no. Does that sound like something does that sound like an answer that's getting to the truth? Man said and your objections to Christianity weren't really objections, they were just things you didn't understand or questions. You didn't really have any evidence that point into the contrary of Christianity. And you said that you joined Islam because
It's
it
Rob
made
Fox
logical
takes
sense.
Greenland, and he is Christian and every soldier is Christian, and they don't try to
Huh?
convert anyone in Green.
Okay, I think you're pointing to a hypothetical here. On there.
I have proved the true meaning of each verse you have given me.
I said the true meaning. As if the meaning's changed in the 1400 years. Oh, wait a minute. The Trump fights a war and takes Greenland, and he is Christian, and every soldier is Christian, and they don't try to convert anyone in Greenland to
I might be
Christianity.
pointing to hypothetically, but isn't it the same thing?
I'm trying to figure out why in the world you've come to the conclusion that religion and political... I'm trying to figure out how you think political and religion can't be one and the same here. Because Islam, the religion, is tied very heavily into the political realm of any Islamic country. Because they abide by the Quran, by everything that they do, and Muhammad's words. And you can't get you're not following Muhammad's words off the majority of the Quran because they're not in the Quran. They're in the Hadith, which you haven't studied. And you're also telling me that you can't question anything Muhammad has done. I'm guessing that goes the same for him being a pedophile, right?
Here is why the was fought in the first place. In Discord. Persecution. In short.
Okay, I'm reading this, but I don't if
Look into these things. You can't look at stuff from face value.
Yeah, no, I see these things that you're sending me, but this doesn't disprove that Islam wasn't spread by the sword. Actually, hold up. I don't have time. I don't.
It literally does though. It said that no one was forced to convert. Earlier you read it yourself.
No, earlier I read that Islam spread by military conquest. And then it said generally, people have generally assumed that Islam in its entirety has been spread by the sword. That might not be the case. However, that doesn't mean Islam wasn't spread by the sword. Oh, fuck, where's my pillow?
You're being very stingy about it though.
I'm being stingy? It literally says by military what do you think military conquest is, Lava? What do you think conquest is? Do you think I'm trying to figure out what do you think conquest is?
Send me the screenshot.
Actually, hold up.
The taking of land or seizure of something equals conquest.
Yes. That's what I'm saying, man. You guys gotta get clear on what you're joining, man. You gotta get clear on exactly what you're doing. And
MMHM.
yeah, look up the history of how this stuff spread before you just jump in because you think it makes sense. Bro.
You're not making sense. I think it may be in the crazy one here, but I think we both need sleep, and you gotta ask yourself like, am I lying? It better.
This is a lot more specific. Fuck.
I've heard it all you've talked about, spread by the sword. That's a Christian Dawa myth. I can find a vid proving it too if you would like.
That's not a myth, man. Do you understand spread by the sword is an expression, right? Is a figure of speech. I don't they might not have literally used a sword, but military conquest falls under by the sword. Just want you to know. Question asked. Like I just want to point out to you, Lava. There are people, there are Muslims in the United States that proselytize. They set up.
It means spread by war, which is false. It wasn't spread by violence nor by force. The war isn't what spread it. The war was a political conk.
Anywho, like I was saying, there are people right now who go out and they talk to people and talk to them about Islam, and they give them pamphlets or whatever in insert whatever city in the United States. Some people take it and they a few of them even accept it, etc. Blah blah blah. Right? Islam in its totality is a combination of proselytizing. I'm not saying proselytizing doesn't exist in Islam, i.e., going out and talking to people and telling them about Islam and whatnot, handing them a booklet, all that stuff. I know that exists. However, the inception. I'm about to send you. I just sent you a screenshot of the question that I asked. Hold on, because I want you to see this. Trading. So I don't want you to think that proselytizing. No, that's not how you spell it. Yeah, I know who he is. I know who that guy is.
Watch the din. One asterisk.
I know who that guy is. I've seen him more than a few times. And I know he's also a liar. Na, 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 na. Question asked. like really, really think about it though. You're not gonna, you're not gonna walk into someone else's country and just talk to them and tell them to accept it. Well, they have an entire history and culture and meaning and way of life. You need some sort of supernatural revelation, or you go to war with them. Where you at? No, no. Go back. Damn it. The military.
The thing was they introduced Islam. They showed them that Islam was true. We should get to bed soon. We should wrap this up. I have Fajr in. Respect to you, Phil man. I love ya yak. Stay safe out there, man. Yay.
Yeah, stay safe out there, man. Na, 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 na. And
Assalamu alaikum.
hold up.
GN.
I'm still sending you stuff, bro. I'm telling you right now. Or a 7-year period of organized conflict. You even got the years seized.
Okay, what's up? You'll watch them.
No. I'm not. I mean, yes, watch the video, but that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the things that I'm sending you. The screenshot that I'm sending you, because I asked it to be specific. I asked it to be. I asked it to be specific. Organized conflict is like, I'm not even gonna do it. I'm not gonna put no words out there. Political and territorial control. Yeah. That's no different than I just said I wasn't, but yeah, that's no different than a gang trying to get territory over land and to be able to occupy the land. And there are other gangs also in the land, and they want full control of the territory. So what do they have to do to get control? Take out the other gangs, or they can join. That happened over 70 years. Actually, it's still technically happening, but they're using countries' rules against them today. The UK is a prime example of this. But good, good night though. Um, I won't be sending you anything else unless you communicate back to me. But yeah, that's all I want. That's all I wanted to share with you, Lava. If you're still there. But if you got nothing else, I'm mopping off. If you're still there.
Look what I sent in red highlight. It's just the expansion.
Jack. Yeah. Through military campaigns. Yeah. I really hope you saw the photo that I sent you afterwards.
Americans and Christians expanded too.
I it, yeah, Jack. What? That's why I sent the photo about. That's why I sent the photo afterwards. What do you mean by military campaigns? Be specific. The goal was primarily political and territorial control. If you know anything about, um, if you know anything about military strategy or the strategy of gaining control of a territory, you understand that you cannot get people to accept your ideology until you have a show of force or you control something that they need, or in this case, uh, you have an army. Like that's that the expand. Like I don't know if you've noticed, but these are very vague. Further expansion. What does that mean? That's why I put the the question be specific to the damn AI, and it says uh, the goal was primarily political and territorial control. They seized North Africa. How do you see? How do you seize North Africa? How do you seize it? From the Byzantine Empire. This is probably what kicked off the Christian Crusades, the quote unquote Christian Crusades, of all the atheistic mythology that atheists were around.
Okay, so we got that part. I was correct. They have Islamic law over them, sure, but they can keep whatever religion they want. They just have tea.
You mean you have to pay the jizya tax? Do you know what the jizya tax is, Lava?
Ask what the war was about. You'll see the Muslims were in the correct.
You know, it's fun. You know, it's very funny. The fact that you sent me that the guy in that video that you sent me, I just saw him in another video saying if I just saw
Nowadays
that.
it's what in the world they are doing over there, but that's not real Islam.
I said that's not really Islam, even though it's where it started. Anywho, um, the funny thing is, the video that you sent me, that same guy was in another video saying, "Yeah, we're going to give you two good options. You join Islam, and you pay the jizya. If you don't pay it, we cut your head off." That dude was in the video saying that. That same guy. Aye, aye.
It doesn't really matter where it started.
What do you mean it doesn't really matter where it started? How else do you study history if you don't look at where it started? Because if you looked at where it started, you can understand why, how, etc. I think it very much depends. I think it very much so matters if we know that that Jesus was born in the Middle East and not in what we know as
Send me
today's
the video
America.
of him saying that.
Okay, cool. Yeah, sure. Hold up, wait a minute. Yeah, see this. Yeah, I'm not gonna wake up in time, bro. I might as well just stay up. I'm not gonna make it in time. Maybe this long. I give you two really good options. Hold up. I'm gonna find it.
But him saying where it started doesn't matter to the fact that it's not the original teachings, it's altered teachings.
Man said altered teachings. What altered teachings? There's no evidence. Wait, are we talking about Christianity? Or are we talking about Islam? I don't know. All right, I got that. All right.
Islam is based merely on terroristic, extremist ideologies.
Never mind the fact that majority of the terrorist attacks come from Islam, but you probably say that it's just political guys with political ideologies that are twisted. I'm like, bro, where do you think they're getting it from? They're not just pulling it out their ass. They're getting it from somewhere. Yeah, Jack. When I seen you this, don't tell me that it's just his interpretation, Jack. That's just weird. And you wouldn't be being honest anymore. Yes. Well,
reason behind such jihad, number one, to call them to Islam. It's for da'wah. The jihad is only for da'wah. That is why when Muslims go and conquer the adjacent country, what do? We kill them all? No. The Prophet says, the first thing you do is call them to Islam. If they accept it, leave them. Khalas, they're Muslims. We go. We don't want your country. We don't want your land. We don't want your wealth. If they refuse, then tell them Allah obliged upon you to pay taxation, jizya. Stay kafir as you wish, no problem. But you have to give us a percentage, and this percentage, by the way, is given once or twice a year. If they refuse, then we have to fight. And if we fight you, then we capture you, you become our slaves, and we take your land, and you take where, because you refuse, I give you two good options. This is the strength of Islam. But nowadays, forget this. Maybe in the coming 40, 50 years.
yo, if this thing is playing, I didn't intend for it to play over the mic, but it did. I'm actually save that so I can watch it. Oh, fuck it, I'll put it right there. This isn't even my channel. I sent you the video, Lava, and I'm also sending you what is the jizya. I'm also sending you what is the jizya, what is the jizya, and I'm also sending you the consequences for not paying the jizya. The jizya is the tax for non-Muslims. Jack, what are we talking about here, man? Oh, that's not it. Fuck. Okay, never mind. That is it. right. I sent you the information. Lava, I don't know if you're still there, but I don't even know if am I still live? I don't even know if I'm still alive. I think I am. I'm getting off. Um, as always, thank you for coming by, Lava. Thank you for all your support that you've given me all these years. I know that we were going back and forth and getting away from the point of the stream, but I don't mind these conversations. Shit, I might have to go into, debate now, but nevertheless, I do appreciate you coming by the stream, though.
Okay, so he said nothing about cutting heads off whatsoever. He said
You
they
didn't see the
either join
gesture?
religion or pay the tax. If they do neither.
You didn't hear the part about him saying we have to fight? You didn't see him doing the you didn't see him doing the head cutting motion? You didn't see that?
I
Yeah,
did
what do
see
you
the
think
gesture.
what do you think that means, Lava? These guys are not playing games. They're very serious. They either join the religion or pay the tax. Lava,
It's a little strange, I will admit. I will look further into such.
yeah, no, Lava. This isn't any different than two gangs living in a town and one gang saying to the other, join or die. This isn't any different. These people aren't playing games, Lava. One of the other imams was just going on, Sheikh Uthman was just going on saying Islam is going to be in every house. I see they yo they have an entire city set up in Texas, and they're not reporting stuff to the government. To the government of Texas over in one of these cities over here because they're trying to do what? Expand. The thing you said earlier. Aye. They're doing the same thing in the UK. They're trying to do the same thing in Japan right now as we speak. You can literally see the Japanese protesting to, to the Muslims, bro. You can literally see it. Oh my goodness. That says a little strange. Yeah. People don't like to be forced to do what they want to do. I'm all for, the exchange of ideas, but that's a join or die.
We had a great debate. I enjoyed this. This was a hard one to debate.
No, but Lava, no, but seriously though, Lava, this is a very serious matter, man. If you consider what I'm saying,
I'm not a scholar, neither are you.
I never said I was. Also, that's another thing. That's another thing in the Dawa script. That's another thing in the Dawa script. I'm not a scholar. You really got it down. Anyway, but Lava, if you were to grant what I'm saying is true, you just put yourself in a whole bunch of danger. You are aware of that, right? If what I'm saying is true, because if you ever leave, you are forever on a hit list, straight up.
I got the whole dawa, you're right.
Like seriously, Lava. If what I'm saying is true, I've emphasized the word if.
Was true.
No, I'm. It's a hypothetical, Lava. No, Lava. I'm saying if what I'm saying is true, and you leave Islam, you are forever on a hit list. I said if. It's a hypothetical because I said if. I'm trying to figure out if you understand that. Well, it assumes that the people that you um uh in the hypothetical that you tell them that you're no longer Muslim, if that were the case. Like you get that. If what I'm saying is true. Can't force people to. I'm not gonna make it, bro. I'm not gonna make it, bro. I'm not gonna make it. I'm not gonna make it. I'm not gonna freaking make it, bro. It's Saturday. Oh. Oh, it's Sunday. What am I talking about, bro?
It's already 3:22.
Oh, don't tell me that, bro. Don't tell me that. And it's not just you that would be in danger, Lava. It's not just you. Your family too. If what I'm saying is correct. And that's assuming if they find out that you leave Islam. And do believe they will be checking in. If what I'm saying is true. I'm saying if because, you know. You know. Yada yada. Uh, oh man. Bro, why is my neck in so much pain, bro? I didn't even sleep wrong the other day, bro. I was just laying on the pillow. My neck is still in pain, bro. Uh, I don't know what the heck that man was talking. All right, look, I'm getting off. All right, I'm getting off. Please, Lava, please do in-depth research. Please watch Sam Shamoon. Please. All right, don't. Oh yeah, you need to know what you get into, bro. You need to know what you get into, what you
We'll
get
see you
involved
next
with.
time. Yak, have a nice rest.
Yes, please.
I hear
Please.
you.
Yes, this is not a game. At this point, it's a matter of. It's not just a matter of truth and falsehood, but life and death.
Jian Yak.
See ya.
Lionheart.